And I'm pleased to welcome Nick Wishner, director of the Fringe Theatre Company, in the studio. Nick, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Tell me what's been going on. You're very busy. There's lots going on, and just wanted to say that Nick actually started the first Guildford Fringe Festival last year.
Absolutely.
But you set up your company the year before.
So Guildford Fringe Theatre Company was set up in October 2012 when we did our first musical the last 5 years. And since then we produced 2 other plays and an adult pantomime, which was the December just gone, which was a complete sellout, and over the moon about it and planning next year's panto already. So it's quite weird to be thinking about next year's Christmas already, but we've got to be done.
I guess that's a bit how it goes, though, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, so the Guildford Fringe Theatre Company produces theatre in unconventional spaces in and around Guildford, and also hosts several one-night events, which we've got coming up next month, actually. We've got some stand-up comedy and burlesque comedy cabaret as well for Valentine's night. That's
fantastic. So where do you get everybody from to perform your shows and everything? Are you now, because your name's sort of getting out there quite a lot because you've been doing a lot, are people approaching you and saying,
absolutely, yeah, I've got
please can we do this?
I'm having emails every day, which is fabulous, and please, if you're listening, please keep them coming in. But I made contact with Abby Bagley, who runs Kickback Comedy, and she came to me and she wanted to host a comedy night in Guildford, and she'd heard of Guildford Fringe, so we've teamed up, and now we're doing a monthly stand-up comedy night. The first one's on the 1st of February, which is actually sold out, and the second one is the 8th of March, so have a look at kickbackcomedy.com for all the details on that. And then the burlesque, we've had them, this is their 3rd or 4th time they've been with Guildford Fringe, and they put on an absolutely fabulous cabaret, loads of burlesque, and last time we had some hula hoops and juggling and magicians, all that kind of stuff. It's a really cracking cabaret. And that's on February the 14th for Valentine's night. So if you want to do something different for Valentine's this year, come along to the back room at the Star Inn.
That sounds amazing, I must admit. And in terms of the Guildford Fringe Festival this year, what's happening with that?
Well, it was our first year, as you said, last year, and we only had one venue. We wanted to start it off small so we can make sure the idea worked. So now we've got that kind of business model sorted, and we know that it works in the back room of the Star. We're going to implement that in a few other venues in Guildford. So we've got 5 venues so far, 3 of which I'm allowed to tell you about. The other ones haven't signed contracts yet, but we're almost there. We've got the back room, which is our home, the Keep pub, which is on Castle Street, run by Jane and Brian. They're absolutely fabulous people.
It's a great venue there.
Really nice. It's a small venue, but the things they can do there are absolutely lovely. You can have poetry. We've got some speakers coming in to do some small presentations there, and then the headline venue at the moment is Clarendon Wood Natural Burial Site, which sounds a bit random, but the whole thing about Guildford Fringe...
Clarendon Wood Natural Burial Site.
Absolutely. Yes.
I know it well.
You know it well.
But it does sound a bit of an odd place to do theatre or something like that.
Well, the whole reason I set up Guildford Fringe was to present professional theatre in unconventional spaces. So being a natural burial site really doesn't matter at all. It's the art that we put in there. It's a beautiful venue. I mean, when you say natural burial site, you think of all these gloomy things, but you need to, if you go down there, you'll realise that it's really not. It's a beautiful setting.
It is, isn't it? I know 31 acres of wildflower meadows, and although it looks like meadows at the moment when the grass grows and the flowers are there, it looks amazing. How are you going to perform that there, though? Well,
it's a company called Burnt Out Theatre Company, and they're going to be doing Much Ado About Nothing, Shakespeare's play, and they're going to be using the lake at Clarendon Wood as their backdrop. They have some basic... We're doing it during the daytime, so we don't have to worry so much about lights, and they're all professional actors, so they project and fill the space. It's going to be really, really exciting.
The only thing with things like that is what happens if it rains.
Oh, we'll have...
Bearing in mind our rubbish weather so
Obviously, it's going to be the best July for years and years and years, so we don't have to worry about that. Why are we even talking about it? It's ridiculous.
I know. I'm sorry.
We've got a marquee just in case, don't worry.
All right. Just a bit rained out at the moment. I think we all are.
It's going to be the best summer we've ever had, I think.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. But it's it's run by Clemmy Reynolds. She's an absolute star, and she runs Burnt Out Theatre Company, and she came on board with the festival for this year, and I'm absolutely over the moon to have them. It's going to be a really, really good show.
That's fantastic. Really looking forward to that. That sounds like an amazing thing. So, and what have you got lined up after that? Because your festival will run for how long will it run?
The whole of July, 1st to the 27th of July. And before that, we've got our yearly musical, which will be the first 2 weeks of May, and that will be announced within this week, I think. Really good piece.
So Are we allowed to know what that is yet?
Next week, I can tell you.
Oh, no,
You'll be the first one to know.
All right. Oh, okay.
It's a really, really good musical, and that will run from the 7th to the 17th of May.
Right.
And that's our musical. Then the festival, then we've got a new writing double bill competition that we're going to be presenting. So people will send in their up to 60-minute plays, and we'll pick the 2 best ones, and we'll produce them and put them on as full productions, which I'm really excited about.
So it's like... Is that like what Chris Townend did?
Chris Townend wrote the Panto for us. So he's part of the new writing group, which is in Guildford, and they kind of meet at the Star Inn as well, and they kind of chat about new writing. And what Guildford Fringe is about is new, different things for Guildford. So new writing is exactly what we're looking for.
I was going to say, because we've had a conversation a bit before about not everybody knows what a fringe actually means. What does a fringe mean? Well,
Guildford Fringe Theatre Company is all about using different spaces. So we use anywhere that's not a theatre. A fringe festival is an open access multi-arts festival. It's open to everyone, so it could be someone that's never performed before, or it could be Burnt Out Theatre Company, which are a renowned touring company and hugely professional. So it's a massive spectrum. It really is open to anyone. So that's what a fringe festival is all about, a multi-arts festival for everyone to be involved with.
Yeah, it was such a fantastic idea, and it's so great to have it in Guildford, I have
Guildford's
to say.
Perfect for it. It's got so many theatre companies and so much going on with even Arno and big scale.
Lots of musicians and all sorts of things.
Yeah,
so,
it is really cracking.
Yeah,
so we've got a massive year ahead of us, and I'm really excited. This is our 2nd year of business, so to have our whole programme kind of in my head sorted, it's quite scary / exciting. Fingers crossed,
slightly
everyone.
Terrifying. No, but you seem to be doing really, really well. It is very exciting. And also, I dare anybody to say there's nothing going on in Guildford. Certainly not true.
Absolutely not.
So look out for all the websites. And what is your website address?
So the theatre company is guildfordfringe.com, and the festival is guildfordfringefestival.com, so you can't forget those. And we're taking applications at the moment for the festival, and that will close on the 31st of March. So if anyone's got a show happening in July already, or they want to put a show on in July in Guildford, then please get in touch via guildfordfringefestival.com.
That's brilliant. Nick Wishner from Guildford Fringe Company. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.